Hi guys, Eric Pathy here this Sunday evening. Now look guys, we work 365 no matter what, whether we feel great or whether we feel like absolute SHIT. My man Al is here. He's not feeling well. He's under the weather. Wish him well because he definitely made you feel financially well if you're watching this and you're an all access member. So before you talk, Al, because I'm gonna let you listen to me for a second because I know you're under the weather. I'm gonna let you rest your throat. Right now, as of today, I mean, literally, we understand that you have access to a database. We understand that you're one of three in the world. We understand that you've been featured on ESPN. We understand that you wouldn't even take $1 million for this database. And to be honest with you, now I know why. We started this a month ago. And for you listeners that are playing $1,000 per unit, everybody wants to know about the results and how you would have made money. Well, week one on October 2nd to the 8th, we had a light week. You would have made $3,100. Week two, from October 9th to October 23rd, you lost $19,700 at playing $1,000 a unit. Week 3, October 16th to the 23rd, which was last week, you won $40,150. Currently, right now, as of this recording, after today's amazing day, just like last Sunday's amazing day, October 23rd to the 29th, we are currently plus $41,450. $51,450 for the week. Now, if you do the addition and subtraction, and we have games pending, which we're not going to discuss, currently right now you are up $85,000 betting $1,000 a unit on Al's All Access for the month. I repeat, for the month. So when we say this is not for everybody, let me break it down for you so you guys don't call me and ask me questions that I can answer on this video. Al puts out the plays on a rated system. 1 unit to 10 units. Today is Sunday. He had the Denver Broncos plus 7.5 outright winner, 10-unit release. He had the Carolina Panthers getting their first win plus 3.5 outright 10-unit release. He had the Giants plus 3. I think that, what did that wind up ending on, a push, Al?
A push, yeah.
I think they were winning the game and then they blew it at the end, right?
They did blow it. They missed the field goal.
Hey, you missed a field goal. It was a push. All his big games, as I discussed in yesterday's video, in the end of the day, if you're a dime per unit better, one bet can be 10 dimes. That's your max bet. So if you're a high roller and you have 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 bankroll, and you're betting $1,000 a unit, that week that we lost $19,700 might just be 2 bets. It might just be 2 10-unit games net at the end of the week. So understand when I say this is not for everybody, not everybody is going to make $85,000 in a month. Oops, $85,000 in a month. Not everybody is going to be able to handle the volatility of losing $19,700 in a month. So with that being said, I know you're sick, Al. We're rocking and rolling. That number of 85 could be higher. It could be greater to close out the Sunday for the 4 weeks of October. But I got to tell you, man, you've been on an absolute roll. You did the early report this morning. You nailed all your 10-unit plays yesterday. I think you're 5-0 this weekend on the 10-unit plays. So that's where you've really been making the money. Obviously, all your big plays have been hitting.
Yeah, and I think the most impressive one of all is one you didn't even mention. The Atlanta Hawks were a 7.5-point underdog to the Milwaukee Bucks, and Atlanta's, going to win that game by more than 20 points outright. So.
Right, and we're doing that video. They're actually playing while we're talking, which is why I didn't even look at the score. So, again, this is not for everybody. Yes, you can access Al's plays by going online to the premium service and buying them non-rated. You're never going to know what those 10 units are, those 9 units, those 8 units. This is the proprietary that he's doing. And like I said, Al is not a cocky guy, but I am definitely going to say Al should go ahead and be cocky. He should go ahead and be cocky because if there's no pain, there's no gain. And, this algorithm, look, There's no you're constantly inputting data into your algorithm, and if you guys want to make it a November to remember and roll right on into the new year, I definitely recommend it. Now, before that, I got something to tell everybody. Al's running a promotion because we want to bring a lot of people on board, and what we're doing is it's 2 months for 4 months. You purchase 2 months, you're going to get 4 months. Why is that? Because that gets you all the way to March Madness, November, December, January, and all of February. So we're not selling Al's All Access by sport like certain handicappers do, where you buy basketball and you buy football and you buy baseball. We're not doing that. It's everything that he has, which he will be bringing on college basketball. He's on fire in the NBA. So if you want to get 2 months, you want to buy November and December, you're going to get January and February for free. And then the next time you're going to be looking to resubscribe will be on March 1st for March Madness. So anything you want to add before we get to your complimentary selection on Monday Night Football?
No, I think that pretty much says it all. I would say this: I've done really, really, really well in basketball. The last 3 years, I've ranked number one in 2023, 2022, and also 2021 at Sports Watch Monitor and NBA and college basketball combined.
That was without you rating the games. That was just
Without just if you bet 1,000 a game flat. So just 1,000 game. We're not talking 10,000. Just 1,000 game flat over the last 3+ years. I'm up 135,900.
And guys, that number is going to increase now that we're doing the unit rating system, because you're going to have access to certain games. Just like I said, people have access to all of your plays today. People have access to all your plays yesterday, but they're getting them on a non-rated basis, playing them all the same. And the reason why we're up so much money, that 85,000 in the last 4 weeks, is because of the ratings. So go ahead. I'm sorry. We'll get to tomorrow's complimentary. Well, today, you're watching this video today, Monday Night Football's complimentary selection.
Yeah, let's talk about the Detroit game. The Lions were blown to smithereens by the Baltimore Ravens last week, 38-6. So the spread on the game was 3. So Detroit failed to cover the spread by a whopping 29 points. That is something you often see really bad teams do. They will get blown out, not cover the spread by a large margin. You don't see good teams do that very often. So I consulted my trusty database and I looked up how winning teams do following a game in which they failed to cover the spread by 24 or more points the previous week. Not surprisingly, they do really well, and especially if they're not off back-to-back losses. Because if you're off back-to-back losses, that might signal there's trouble in paradise. So you have to be off just one loss exact. The other thing that I use as a filter for this angle is I don't want to be playing another winning team that is off a straight up loss itself, because then that winning team could be in bounce back mode. So with those two things, to filter out some games, the record of this angle is 76-28. Let me repeat, 76-28, including 9-0 ATS the last 9. So Detroit's currently a 7.5 point favorite. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to play in this game. We're going to lay the 7.5.
There you go. Lay the 7.5 and I'm going to ask you, and I know you get tired of me asking you, but for all the people that are listening, should we buy the 0.5 point? Please.
No.
But tell them
no.
why. Tell them why, please.
I mean, in a nutshell,
please.
I mean, this is one, excuse me. In a nutshell, the bookmakers know what the value is and they charge more for it. I mean, that's the easiest way I can say it. Shop for the best number. You don't overpay for something just because you're afraid to lose. And that's what you're doing when you buy half points or points. You're overpaying just to make you feel more comfortable. It's not worth it.
If I had a dollar.
What?
If I had a dollar for every time I was asked, should I buy the 0.5 point off 7, I would have already retired. That's how often I get asked that question. And I try to tell them. And they say, but what if it lands on 7? I'll lose.
And it does. You move on. I mean, it's, if something is worth $1,000, I'm not paying $1,100 for it. That's just the way it is.
There you go, guys. It has been a pleasure. $85,000, maybe more, maybe a little less after this video is updated. But again, if you want to get 2 months, 4 months for the price of 2, send me a text message to 775-636-7676. Let's make it a November to remember, a December to remember, and rock on into the new year. Good day and good luck.